Okay, and in the meantime, as I said before, the Craig Thomson thing just continues to bubble along, and Tony Abbott certainly picked up on that in front of some party faithful in Victoria yesterday. Here's Tony Abbott.
The party of Ben Chifley has become the party of Craig Thomson. Chifley's light on the hill has evolved, has degenerated into something so much worse. What, perhaps? Well, Craig Thomson's red light on the hill.
He's enjoying himself at the moment.
He's enjoying himself.
I've got to say, we've got to feel a bit of sympathy for Bill Shorten. You know, that piece of footage on Sky News has become internationally famous. But I mean, he is kind of putting some clear views about values issues that go to the HSU situation and to the slipper situation. And I think that the frustration with the way the Prime Minister talks about both of these circumstances is that they're absolutely dominated her comments by process issues, you know. And most people don't look at either of these situations and see process issues. They look at these situations and see questions that are about values and behaviour. And I think that's a very difficult situation that the Prime Minister's now in. She's actually on a different level from most people's understanding of these issues, which are, very unfortunately, forms of behaviour and allegations that absolutely play into most people's prejudices about what politicians are up to all of the time.
You know how some politicians are called Teflon because nothing sticks to them? She's Velcro. She's Velcro, the poor woman. She's just Velcro.
Felt coat around dog, you mean, sort of.
The issue on Craig Thomson, though, is whether the Fair Work Australia report now, 3 years in the making, whether it should be released. Let's get some views on that.
I will not put at risk any possible civil or criminal charges by interfering in this last stage.
3 weeks ago, Craig Thomson said, and I think I've got his words exact, he said he was bitterly disappointed that the report had not been made public. Now he's trying to suppress it.
How can Mr Thomson, who presided over this, remain in the Parliament as part of the Australian Labor Party and as part of the government? To use the term, he should be put into administration as well.
But he hasn't actually been charged with anything. But again, whether or not you release the report, Malcolm, doesn't it again come down to a matter? It's not really in the end a matter about fairness or legalities. It comes down to politics.
We all know what they're saying in the front bar, and that is that Craig Thomson is trying to avoid the moment of truth any way he can through legal shenanigans even. And nothing demonstrated that more than the comparison you made. 1 minute he's saying release the bugger. The second minute he's saying please don't release it because it could work against me.
But he's got nothing to hide.
But I have nothing to hide except whatever's in the report. And the same with the Tembe report. I mean, there's going to be an argument about the release of that. And the idea...
But in that case, the union owns that report. So it's pretty much up to them.
Yes, but there still could be,
Well, they could just
an
release
injunction
it and then
against
pay
the
everybody
release of
out
that.
for defamation, which is what they've done in the past. You know, the whole point about this scenario is that it's a graphic succession of people missing the point about this whole story. You know, Kathy Jackson thinks it's about her. The opposition thinks it's about the survival of the government. You know, Craig Thomson, Michael Williamson. You know, everybody thinks it's about them or about their political target. The broader point is that what this story is about is nothing more than a group of people leading a union that have allowed what seems to be absolutely egregious rip-offs to be perpetrated on the extremely poorly off members of that union. And that is the broad picture here, you know. Where this sits vis-a-vis the survival of the Gillard government should be neither here nor there, and that's why this government's silence on that broader issue has been so frustrating and dreadful. And I think that the move to intervene in the branch last week was a welcome one for that reason.
When in the history of this country has so much of political importance depended on so much squalor? I mean, when have we been actually swilling around in the sewer to this extent in Australian politics?